Hello, my name is Soundjip. Welcome to the sixth and final episode of How to Produce Ambient Music for Beginners. We're going to be going over the arrangement of this song today. As you can see, a lot has changed. This was only 5 bars long last time we saw it. Now it's 44 bars long. So we'll see how we made this little loop to be that long. And we'll also go over things such as EQ, group tracks or send tracks or submix tracks. Sorry, group or submix tracks is what they're called, not send tracks. Send tracks are this, which we went over in the second episode. We'll go over things just like setting up your session, so color coding tracks, and we'll also go over automation, which is very simple for this one. It's just automating volume. But of course, new concept, so we want to keep this as easy to follow as possible. So let's jump straight into this by listening to what we've got and then we'll analyze it. We're going to see how I arranged this track. So let's start off with the first 5 bars just being the low pad and the rim shot and the cymbal gets added as well as the high pad on bar 5. And it keeps going like that quite consistently for I think about 8 more bars. Afterwards on bar 13 piano was added, and on bar 16 or 17 the shakers added. So we've built up to our full track, or what we think our full track is. As you can see, we're only left with our shakers now. We've taken out the rim shot and the cymbal, as well as the low pads. This keeps going for 8 bars. And then on bar 33, piano chords and melody added, as well as the low pad, as well as the rim shot and the cymbal as well. So it goes like that pretty consistently for around 9 bars, and then for about half a bar our percussion stops after that. we're left with only our chords and our piano, and that's what we end on at bar 45. So I'm going to go in a bit more depth of why I've arranged it this way. So at the beginning, those first 5 bars, we're just setting the tone, trying to make this calming, sort of upbeat, happy tone. We're kind of at home, comfortable, right? Or in space, comfortable, however you want this song to come across to you. And at bar 5, there's some movement, there's some percussion movement, things are happening. Sort of the action's rising a little bit with that high pitch pad. But it's not too intense yet. Bar 12, piano comes in. Afterwards, more percussion comes in. We're just letting the listener get the gist of what they think this full track is going to sound like. But we don't want to bore them too much, so we're going to take the main percussion out that they're so used to and leave them with just the shaker and just the high pad. You might think the song's coming to an end with how little is being played, but little did they know, everything is going to come back, as well as these piano chords they've not heard before. This will spike the interest, this will get the song in the listener's head right at the end. This is called a coda in music theory. Percussion ends at an odd angle, in a sense, but we're left with that calming piano that they're used to hearing, and that's how the track ends. That's the last thing they hear of that. That's the last thing they'll remember. I'm going to go over one last thing in this video, because we've not heard these chords before. I've added these for the arrangement in particular. All these are the low synth pad chords. But what we've done, because a piano, the notes don't ring out, there isn't a high release time. That's what it would be called in synthesis, but basically the notes don't ring out as much. We've just made all of the notes of the chords last a full bar, rather than only the note changes will last a full bar. So as you can see, everything here lasts a full bar. But in the low synth pad, only the G of the C augmented chord, the A of the F major chord, and then the B flat of the B of the B flat augmented chord and the F augmented chord this lasts 2 bars, but you get the idea. Only the notes that change the chord are there, but in the piano, the full chord is played again. So that's how I arranged this track. The next video will be how I mixed this track. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and we're getting very, very close to the end.